Welcome to Half a Point, the podcast that saw my Green Bay Packers take a huge step back in their Super Bowl chances. I had a pretty bad week as well, but if you're listening, that means you're a loyal follower, you're a loyal listener, and you know that I tend to bounce back once I've had a bad week. Yeah, pretty awful. 1-4 in the contest. Gave away some pretty bad picks last week, but I will bounce back just like my Packers. This week is the Week 16 Best Picks episode where I'll give you my best picks against the spread in the NFL. If you're new to the channel, please leave a like on this video and subscribe. We're also active on TikTok, on X, and on Instagram. So give us a follow on those. And also a reminder to please gamble responsibly. All right. I jump into last week a little bit here. Also, last week I forgot to turn my mic on. So that's why the audio was bad. Hopefully, it's a little bit better today. But last week was brutal. So the Browns getting the 7. Yeah, I was pretty dead from the start. They get absolutely blown out. Bears win by margin as favorites. Bengals, brutal. Cardinals, man, catching 10. This Cardinals team has been my kryptonite this year. I've been on them like almost every week, and they just been because there's value on them. And I'll get to their game this week. I'm going to be on them. Spoiler alert, I'm going to be on them. But I just can't quit them. The Jets, I played that small, but that was a loss. The Chiefs was a bad one. I was really confident in the Chiefs. There was a great spot. Mahomes goes down, but I think that even if he wasn't injured yet, it probably would have gone to OT. But I didn't probably wasn't the best play. Bills. Shining Light needed to come back down from 21, but I really needed that one. Um, yeah, pretty impressive. With that one, even if you're watching it, like I was never really concerned that the Bills, as I never really thought it was a dead bet. Like usually, if you're on these big dogs and they're down 20 or nothing, that's dead. With the Bills, you always had like a little thought, like oh, they could come back, and they did. Commanders against the Giants, another good one. I didn't put it in the contest, but I gave it out last week, I think. My Packers go down to the Broncos. Really impressive Bo Nix performance. Wasn't expecting that. We were up. He looked like the right side, but then just got ravaged by injury, and then it was just downhill after that. Philip Rivers was interesting. That was fun. They almost won that game. That'd been crazy. And the Vikings win and cover. I wasn't on it. Told you guys the pros were on it. The pros were on it, but didn't have faith. They were right. But the Steelers, I said Tua in the cold was just not going to go well, and it didn't. And now he's benched for Quinn Ewers. So we'll see how that plays out. I'm not going to touch that game though. But we'll get into the Week 16 slate here, starting with the Commanders versus the Eagles. The Commanders are 7-point dogs, giving the Washington Commanders +7 here. I like this one. Might make my 5. At 7, it's a lot more interesting than 6.5. Was at 6.5 for the longest time. At 7, I kind of, yeah, I feel like it's definitely the side. I don't know why it's gone up, but Eagles, I think this is the second week in a row. It's a short week because they're playing on Saturday here. And yep, they blew out the Raiders last week, but it's the Raiders. Um, I don't know, they just haven't looked good all season. A win to the Raiders isn't impressing me that much. The Commanders, it's going to be Mariota. As I said last week, he's playing almost like better than what Jared Daniels was playing. So, yeah, this Commanders defense is really bad, but you expect them to show up here. Like it's the first time they're playing since the NFC Championship game, division rival, division home dog of a touchdown here. Just got to take the points here. It's a long-term winner. Moving on to the Bears versus the Packers. The Bears are 2-point favorites. What are we doing here? Giving the Packers +2. I get it. I get playing the Bears when they opened as a dog. It's just all bad for this Packers side. But I feel like for this week, like 2 points, you're giving me 2 points now. LaFleur as a dog is crazy. He wins outright more than he loses as an underdog, which is pretty crazy. But I think the hate's just gone way too far. Can this Packers defense rally for one really important game of the year? and you don't have to win out. You're catching two here. Um, yeah, I think this is just way too much respect for this Bears side. I get it. Like I understand playing them when they were a dog, but now this is just gone at two. It's too far for me. So yeah, massive game, obviously, in terms of the division race. I think the winner probably takes the division. I feel like it's the thing with the Bears is as soon as you think that they have it, as soon as you think that they're the ones on top, we end up smoking them. So I don't know. If you're a Bears fan, I wouldn't be rushing to the window on this one. I'd stay away. But yeah, I'm gonna take the Packers on the points. I don't know if that makes the contest though. Moving on to the Panthers versus the Bucks. The Panthers are 3-point dogs. This is going to be a stay away. I know Panthers are probably the side here because of they've been really good at home here this year, but I feel like the Bucks have sort of earned them. The Bucks technically don't need to win this game. I think the Panthers have to win, or else they're pretty much out. They are out. But I don't trust. I don't know. I feel like it's the bottom of the market for this Bucks side. This opened at like 1.5, I think. All the money's coming in on the Bucks at 3. I think it's settled. I think that's the right number. So I don't really see value on either side. And lean Panthers, but not going to be a play. Moving on to the Browns versus the Bills. The Browns are 10.5-point dogs. Give me the Browns plus 10.5. Again, don't think it's going to be part of the contest. If it's at 10.5, maybe. If it's at 10, definitely not. Um, yeah, with this Bill side, Josh Allen, you feel maybe after a big emotional comeback against a division rival, now you're going on the road again, back-to-back road games against a really good Browns defense at home. But I don't know. I kind of get this. I know it's not meant to feel good back in these really ugly dogs, but this one feels even worse for some reason. I don't know. This Josh Allen. I don't know if maybe he's making an MVP case. I feel like he can get his own here, and I don't know this Bills defense this Bills side sort of going into the playoffs now. I feel like they sort of start getting it together. Am I going to be shocked if they absolutely blow the Browns out here? I'm not. I'm gonna take the points with the Browns just because it's just way too many points for this Browns defense to be catching here. Can they force a turnover and Josh Allen have one of those 3 turnover games and this covers easily and the Browns could win outright? Yeah, I can see that as a possibility as well. So that's why I'm going to take the points, but I'm going to be wary. Moving on to the Cowboys versus the Chargers. The Cowboys are 2-point home favorites. Given the Dallas Cowboys -2 here. This is going to be in my 5. Um, Absolutely love this spot. Chargers off a big emotional win against the Chiefs last week. I know I faded them last week, but I feel like it's going to catch up to them this week. Like Herbert was really impressive. I can't lie. But I know this Cowboys defense is worse, but I think this is just such a bad spot for this Chargers side. Going on the road consecutive games. Um, I don't know. I feel like this is a classic letdown spot. The Cowboys. This could be interesting because if the Eagles win on Saturday, the Cowboys will be dead. Mathematically, they can't make the playoffs. So then you might see this one coming down. If it does come down, I'm still going to be on the Cowboys, hopefully at a pick or something. Um, but if the Eagles lose, which obviously they're favored not to, you could probably see this number get up to 2.5, 3. So I think at 2, like under 3, I still think like even if the Eagles win, I don't think this is a bad number. Whereas if the Eagles lose, I feel like if you get a 3, you sort of you've passed a key number there. So um, yeah, I'm going to take Cowboys, laying the 2 here. Off a disappointing and embarrassing performance last week against the Vikings, I don't see them losing back-to-back home games as favorites. Moving on to the Dolphins versus the Bengals. The Dolphins are 4-point dogs. Don't care about this game. Not going to watch it. Yeah, don't even have a lean. Moving on to the Giants versus the Vikings. The Giants are 3-point dogs. Give me the New York Giants +3 here and give me the New York Giants to win outright. This is one of my favorite picks on the board. Classic spot for this New York Giants side after losing last week. against a divisional rival at home. Now you're getting JJ McCarthy laying a field goal on the road. Like, what are we talking about? Um, this is just a classic spot. This is just a spot you play 100 times out of 100. JJ McCarthy, a couple of impressive performances in a row. Now he's going on the road. He's laying points. Um, and I'm a huge dart guy, man. Like you can see he sort of plays as a rookie sometimes. And he has these bad picks and had a chance even last week to steal that game or come back at least tied at the end. But he makes his bad plays. But I don't know. I feel like I think yeah, he's the best of the rookies. I think I'd have to go through it, but like he's been the most impressive to me. Um, yeah, this Giant side at home, catching points, it's just a classic spot. You play this 100 times out of 100. So yeah, give me Giants and the points, and I think they win outright. I can absolutely see the Vikings were like there was talk about trading JJ McCarthy, or like what are the Vikings going to do? They have a huge QB controversy just 2 weeks ago. So yeah, now after 2 wins, that's the this is the top of the market for the Vikings. So yeah, give me the Giants catching the field goal at home. We went to the Saints versus the Jets. The Saints are now 6.5 point favorites at home. This is a stay away. If he gets to 7, I'll have to play the Jets because what is that? Tyler Shuck, I know he's been impressive, but laying a touchdown at home is pretty insane. Um, yeah, I think I've said before, if you're going 2 bad teams, you want to go with underdog. But I don't know with this Jet side, like I don't know, have they absolutely hit the tank? Like this opened to like 3.5, 4. It's gone all the way up to 6.5. I'm gonna stay away from it. I'm gonna stay away from all the money going into the Saints here. If you want to play some Jets money line just for fun, I'm not gonna blame you. But yeah, gonna stay away from this one. Moving on to the Titans versus the Chiefs. The Titans are 3 point dogs. Stay away from me. I'm gonna play some Titans. Just because I don't know, this Chiefs side, it's just a unique spot, right? Like they haven't been in this position before. You're getting Gardner Minshew. The offense didn't look good with Patrick Mahomes. How's it going to look with Gardner Minshew? I feel like this for this Titans side, it's a massive game for them. It's a chance for them to steal a win. I don't know. This feels like such a letdown for this Chiefs team. Like these guys haven't been in this spot before. You're not going to get that effort that you saw last week against the Chargers. Um, yeah, like you've anticipated that they've been playing with effort for the last sort of few weeks, and they've been losing. So I don't know. I feel like this is um, sort of a spot where you see that this team sort of just lays down here, kind of a tactical tanking as well, get a better draft pick. Whereas I don't think the Titans have lost enough. They're not thinking about tanking. So yeah, got to pay the Titans and the points. Going to pay Titans money line as well. Moving on to the Cardinals versus the Falcons. The Cardinals are 3 point dogs. I can't quit it. Give me the Cardinals +3 here. I can't quit this team. Like you're getting Kirk Cousins on the road, laying a field goal after a big emotional divisional win on the road, back-to-back road games. I know extended rest, but Kirk Cousins in this fight, I don't know, laying 3 now. It's up to 3. It was 2.5, so I understand staying away there, but now at 3. I think London's coming back. But the thing with this Cardinal side is they're so banged up. There's so many injuries, which I alluded to last week. Jacoby Brissett has taken a step back. It probably doesn't make my 5 because I've just been burnt week after week on this Cardinals side, but I'm going to be on it. I'm sorry, I'm going to be on it. Moving on to the Broncos versus the Jags. The Broncos are 3 point favorites. Stay away from me here. Stay away from me here. I played some Jags at 3.5. There are some 3.5s out there, so I'd look around for that. But in the contest, it's 3, so it's going to be a stay away. Um, yeah, it feels like no one believes in either of these teams, even though they're like um sort of winning each of the divisions, and the Broncos are the 1 seed. But Broncos, I think they've won what like 10 in a row, 11 in a row. So yeah, crazy streak. You expect their number to be inflated, but there's only 3, so I don't know. Even with his Jag side, like I don't know, you've seen the Broncos win by margin at home, so I'm not gonna like doubt them again like I doubted them last week. So this I don't know this Jag side. catching three at home. They've been scoring a lot of points. Trevor Lawrence against this Broncos defense is what scares me though. So that's my only pause here. But we've seen Bonix have these absolute meltdown games. I know he's been impressive the last sort of couple of weeks, but we've seen it before. I'm not sold on Nick, so I will be playing Jags when I need the hook. The number's pretty key here. Moving on to the Lions versus Steelers. The Lions are 7-point favorites. Stay away from me at 6.5. I'd lean Lions. At 7.5, I'd probably stay away. Um, but yeah, this feels like a smash line spot after losing last week. Against the Steelers, I don't know how they're going to keep up. They probably can. This is the NFL. Stuff that you don't expect always happens, right? So once I say that I'm bringing it into existence, it's going to happen, right? So that's why I'm going to stay away from it. But yeah, I have to. I just lean the Lions here. The number's just pretty big. You're getting Tomlin as a big dog, so usually not a great spot. Texans versus the Raiders. The Texans are 14.5 point favorites. Give me the Las Vegas Raiders plus 14.5. Yeah, I'm so sorry, but you have to do this. This is actually one of my favorite picks. This is going to be in the contest for sure. Definitely at 14.5. Um, the Raiders just got shut out. Teams off a shutout. I think I did it with the Vikings a few weeks ago. You want to back them in. Um, yeah, I know there's no world where this O line versus this Texans D line, it looks bad. I know, but this is the top of the market for this Texan side. They've been on an absolute heater. I tried getting in front of it last week and I got burnt, but I'm gonna go back see if I get burnt again with this awful Raiders side. It's gonna be a GNO this time. Um, Yeah, again with this Texan side, like can they win by margin? We saw last week they could. Back to back home games now, back to back road games for the Raiders, who are big dogs in back to back spots. So I don't know. Once they don't cover the first one, I feel like the second time around, um, like I don't know who wants to really be on this Raiders side. Like who is going to be on the Raiders and the points? It's just going to be the professionals. So yeah, at 14.5, you're getting more than two touchdowns. That's a lot of value. Especially you need that 14.5 though. That really helps. You need this Texan side to win. I know they won by 20 last week, but you need them to do it in back-to-back weeks, and they haven't. They've only done it pretty much one time as favorites. So, um, yeah, I know it's disgusting. I know it's gross. I know there's no way you can envision a world where the Raiders score here, but that's exactly when you need to jump on. So, yeah, give me the Raiders and the points. Moving on to the Ravens versus the Patriots. The Ravens are 3-point favorites. Give me the Ravens -3 here. Um, I'd look for a 2.5. Um, try get under that key number here. There's expensive 2.5s out there, but I feel like this is just a classic Ravens spot. This Patriots side have been getting pretty lucky, beating up on all these bad teams the whole season. You saw them last week against proper opposition. This Ravens side, they have the pedigree of a Super Bowl side. I know they have been underwhelming this year, but this is a classic Lamar spot. They looked way better last week, shutting out the Bengals. Yeah, the defense is trending up, and I think their offense is trending up as well. Patriots had a couple key injuries last week, so I feel like the Ravens will be able to run the ball here. Patriots run defense is really bad. And Drake May, you saw when he was under a little bit of pressure last week. So the moment sort of got to him. I feel like that rolls into this week. Ravens obviously need this game. Patriots technically don't really need this game. Um, Obviously it's variable as a dog, so it's if you want to be on the Patriots, definitely get the three. I don't really see this going for 3.5, but yeah, plenty of threes out there. But yeah, if you're on the Ravens, I'd try buy a 2.5. Get under that key number and trust Lamar and Harbaugh in this spot. Moving on to the Colts versus the Niners. The Colts are 6-point dogs. Give me the Colts +6. I know what you're thinking. Um, the Colts couldn't play as good as game as they did last week, where they almost won as like massive dogs. And so you're saying, okay, now it's gonna regress now. The Niners are just gonna stack the box and stop Jonathan Taylor and force Philip Rivers to throw and get some picks, etc. But I don't know. This Niners defense is so suspect. Like you can score on them. Can Philip Rivers throw the ball downfield? Not really. Didn't look great. But I don't know. Will he be better this week after an extra week of throwing the ball around? I feel like it's just 6 points is a lot of points. I don't know. Like definitely if this gets a 6.5, 7, it's gonna be an auto play. If it's 7 in the contest, I'll definitely be playing it. But at 6, maybe not a contest play. Maybe not sure. But yeah, this Niners side, I feel like they've been on a heater. They've been winning and covering a lot of these games. You're reaching the top of the market. Their offense is really humming, but the Colts defense played really well last week. Now they're at home. Can I get one more like sort of last ditch effort? They're not out of the playoffs yet. On extended red, like this is a night game. It's prime time. Expect the Colts to show up here. I know it's disgusting, but you just gotta play these ones. As disgusting as they are. But that wraps up the whole slate there. I'll go through what I'm thinking. Commanders +7, Packers +2, Browns +10.5, Cowboys -2 going to be in the contest. Giants +3 going to be in the contest. Um, let's have a look. Raiders +14.5 going to be in the contest. Ravens -3 will be in the contest. I know I wanted 2.5. We'll see if it gets to 2.5. But that will be in the contest. The fifth one is what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking for that fifth one, I'm thinking Colts, Commanders, Packers, probably not Browns, but they're in contention. Cardinals, Jags if it gets to 3.5. Though I don't think it will. But yeah, so as you can see, I like a lot of the games this week, which is I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but yeah, hopefully I can bounce back from last week. Went 1-4 last week. Don't know if I mentioned that, but yeah, in the contest, so that was a pretty bad week all around. But I don't know, you have these weeks. Yeah, sometimes things just don't go your way. This week, looking to bounce back. Hopefully, the public gets slaughtered again this week, and we can cash in. Yeah, I think I was in a few favorites last week, and really got burnt. I think 3 favorites, a couple road favorites as well. So yeah, going back to my principles here, a couple ugly home dogs, a couple favorites in there as well, but at home, no road favorites this time around. Um, but yeah, going back to my ways, going back to my principles, and hopefully we'll be back on the winning column. As a reminder, please leave a like on this video and subscribe. And until next week. Oh, by the way, next week, not sure if I'll be doing pods regularly from now on. Be doing a little bit of traveling, but I try jump on whenever I can, especially around playoffs. I kind of want to give out some picks for sure. But yeah, keep an eye out. I'll definitely be posting on Twitter my 5 picks, um, probably in a few hours' time. Before, so everyone, if you want to see my final 5, you jump on Twitter. They're all there before the games start. So yeah, see them there. But yeah, until next week, see you later.